So the first step for me is to go to my website and then go to menu and then click typesets. This is where all of my typesets are for free personal use. I'm going to scroll down to the very bottom where I'm going to find the Lotsa typeset, and I'm going to choose that one for this example. Once I've hit download, I can see it open in my PDF viewer. I'm just going to check everything's okay. Yep, this is the right typeset. And then when I go to print, I'm going to make sure I tick print on both sides and print on short edge. I personally like to print my paper on paper that's usually between 80 and 100 GSM for a paperweight, and then printing it on something that's a little bit tinted and off-white, because personally I don't like having it as bright white copy paper, but that's just a personal preference I go with. Beneath all of the typesets on my website, I label how many pages there are per signature. What a signature is, it's the folded parts of the book that we sew together and then they make up the whole book. You can see that it starts on page 24 and then the first page, so it can be a little bit confusing at the start, but I'll explain it here. So beneath the first signature is the second signature, and that's going to start at page 25 and ours ends at page 24. So when we fold it in half, those are actually going to meet up. And you can see in the center of our signature we got page 10 and then page 11, and those close together and meet. So that's how the signatures work. For this step, you're only going to need a bone folder and also some sticky notes, but that'll come later in the steps. So first, I'm just going to count out my first 7 pages for my first signature. I'm then just going to fold it easily by hand, trying to make sure that the pages are all evenly lined up, and then I'm going to go over it with the bone folder to give it that sharp, crisp edge. Now, if this is your first time doing a typeset, it's worthwhile just going through the entire signature, making sure that all the pages are numbered correctly. So you can see here that it's going page 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So that just gives me a little bit of reassurance that I've folded it correctly and it's all good. I'm then going to continue just counting out 7 pages for each signature. If you need a little bit of reassurance as you go through, turn the signature around and then look at the numbers in the inside. They should be matching. So in this case, it's 38 and 39, and that tells me that I did the process correctly. So here are my first 2 signatures. You can see that the page numbers match up, so it's the 25 and 24. Once folded together, they sandwich in, so it's perfectly normal. So don't be afraid if your typeset prints out from page 1 and then page 27. It's all fine once you fold it, don't worry. I'm going to continue to fold all of the signatures, once again doing a preliminary fold with my hands and then going over that with the bone folder. I usually tend to go over it with the bone folder at least twice, once on the front and then once on the back. That's just how I like to get the corner extra crisp. Once I've completed my final signature of the book, this is where my sticky notes come in. There are a few pages that have colour drawings on them, and I just like to go over with the sticky note to mark when I need to reprint. I have a black and white printer, so I just print everything in black and white to save ink and toner, and then if there's 1 or 2 colour images in the book, I just print those pages separately afterwards. There's also this weird error that my printer keeps doing. Every 200 pages or so, it'll print out a blank paper on half of the page, so I can't really get it to stop doing that. So I just have to make sure I mark down where all of those are with my sticky notes, and then I'll go back later and reprint all of them again. So this is what the book looks like when it's finally all put together with all of the signatures, and as you can tell, it is quite a thick book. I do recommend putting it into 2 volumes if you'd like, or just 1 if you want to save materials. I hope this tutorial really helped you guys to learn how to use my typesets, and please subscribe if you want to get more free tutorials like this on how to learn bookbinding. And a huge big thank you to my tier 3 patrons, my lilies. Thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. If you are looking for more in-depth tutorials on how to bookbind, you can go follow me on Patreon, but please don't feel pressured to. I do plenty of free tutorials here on my YouTube, so you can choose either one.